What did people used to eat? Why does that matter now? Humans used to have a much more limited diet, and either we got enough good food or we were starving. Just 150 years ago, we had no refined or processed foods, no foods outside their growing season, and very limited access to sweet foods. The Paleolithic was what we would think of as the Stone Age. Before humans had domesticated food animals or started growing crops, we were hunter-gatherers. Humans were on Earth for 25 million years before they took up agriculture, which happened around 10,000 years ago, give or take. The human genome has changed less than 0.02% in 40,000 years. Hunter-gatherers ate lots of fats. Historically, when humans had enough food, we had plenty of access to fat and ate lots of it. Hunter-gatherers often killed animals purely for their organs and whatever fat was on the carcass, often leaving behind the muscle meat for scavengers. Contrary to what paleo diet book author Loren Cordain would have us believe, hunter-gatherers were not removing the fat from already lean cuts of steak or taking the skin off their roasted bird. But these fats were loaded with vitamins A, E, D, and K. We evolved eating these fats and needed them for cell walls and for reproduction, which has not changed despite the conventional dogma about fats. Eventually, humans managed to domesticate various animals, including the aurochs, the ancestor now extinct of all modern cattle, as well as sheep and goats. A pastoral lifestyle first meant following herds of grazers as they traveled their yearly migration routes, and later moving the herds as needed to supply them with fresh fodder. Protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals came from dairy foods such as milk, fermented milk products, and cream, as well as meat when it was time to cull the herd. Farming came with the domestication of grains. Wheat, millet, barley, rye, and spelt in the Old World, and corn in the New. Other plant foods included whatever grew locally. But the human organism craves both fats and sweets. Fats are necessary to our functioning. Sweet foods are a different story. Until the introduction of refined foods, sweets were valued and rare. They provided valuable extra energy, so our brains rewarded us for eating them with a burst of endorphins. Sugar goes to the same place in the brain that heroin does. Too many sweets were bad for us, but we just didn't have enough access for it to become a problem. So here we sit, in the era of industrial farming, where sugar is, at worst, a short trip away, and we are told repeatedly that the fats our ancestors survived on for 25 million years is bad for us. We are left with being malnourished and sugar addicted. Most diet gurus simply don't deal with the reality of our physiology. In the next section, I'll talk about which popular diets get the furthest from this reality.